setup today, because it might not look like it, but I've got a new helmet. So I don't have a chin mount at the moment. It's on its way. So you'll be used to the Insta 360 view, but I'm using a different mic. This is the DJI Mic Mini, I think, and I'm 3? I'm not entirely sure. And it's paired with the camera, so I'm hoping the Bluetooth connection stays and it's got enough noise cancellation that you'll be able to hear me. We'll see. I've closed the chin vents on my helmet, so I've done what I can. But I am talking about some mistakes I've made in this video, because this is a test, not necessarily a test ride, but like this is a ride that is new in a couple of different ways. So one being the new helmet. In the previous video, at the end, I was complaining about the fit. You eager? So I have the AGV K1S, and I had the small, and I've had that for a year now. And it started to feel too loose, and I was debating getting replacement pads for it, but whenever I looked, they were out of stock, and they're also pretty expensive. I think they're like 40-50 quid off the AGV website. I could be wrong, I think though. And the other thing is the spoiler attachment was broken, so instead of spending money on a new spoiler and a new set of pads, I decided to first check out the fit of the extra small, which, to be honest with you, when I first bought this helmet, I didn't realise they did an extra small. But in my defence, I bought it when I had a concussion from my crash, okay? And I was a bit eager to just get a helmet that fitted. And it fit fine for a while, but it started to get too loose, to the point that if I was wearing my helmet cam, it started dragging it down and made it really uncomfortable, which obviously is a bad sign. So when I tried on the extra small and that fit, I was like, oh, right, okay. So I'll just get that. I mean, it lasted me a year. It's not the most expensive helmet. It's got 5-star rating, but yeah, it's not. A year out of it was fine, considering how many miles I used it for. So it's not the end of the world. This is the first time I've worn this helmet on a ride, so I'm a bit like, I feel like a chipmunk in the way I'm talking. I know that when I take this helmet off, I'm going to have like massive like crease marks where my face has been squished by the new padding, but I just got to bear the force of the fresh cheek pads for a few rides and it'll be fine. I do like new helmet smell though. It's like new car smell, but motorbike edition. I also find it quite comical that, yeah, I've got a brand new helmet, but I've transferred my old visor across, the tinted one, and I haven't cleaned the bugs off of it. So you wouldn't be able to tell it's a new helmet because there's like 2 days worth of bugs on the front. I'm also paranoid that this mic's gonna fall out, but I think I can feel it. I hope. It's not mine. I'm borrowing it. I'll pay you back now if I lose it. I clipped it on as best as I could, and I guess if it's not here, then you won't hear any of this video, so. But to be fair, this helmet's already feeling really good, apart from just around the front of my face. But all around, last time there was a pinch point on my forehead, that's gone. It feels very well moulded. The other thing that is new, I've raised the bike up. It's not a stock height, but I have changed the lowering links. So over the weekend, I swapped out my lowering links. I got the bike up on this ABBA stand, and so if you followed the rebuild series a few months ago, you'll know that we went through a few stages with the lowering. So the front forks are dropped. But then the lowering links for the rear suspension, I bought these 25mm lowering links from Lust Racing, and at the time we thought maybe the bike was a tad too high still. So Lust Racing offered 25mm and 40mm, and I thought the 40 would be too low. So I ordered the 25. Obviously ended up then getting some custom links made, because thanks to Kenzie and his workplace, I was able to get some. I'm not entirely sure on the exact measurements. I'm gonna guess they were about 40 mil, to be fair, because when you look at them, like, I've got the stock links, and then I've got the Lost Racing links, and then I've got the custom ones. The road's still damp. I don't trust the lean too much, although these tyres have never let me down. Hopefully 70 isn't too loud for the mic. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, when you compare the 3 different line lengths, the Lost Racing ones looked about in the middle, so I'm going to guess the bike was lowered about 40 mil on the rear. And over time, I've not had any problems in terms of, like, I've not, like, scraped the floor or anything. But it just, when I stopped, the bike felt I was flat going too much, and I didn't like it. So I've now raised it up to the 25 mils. And I'm just getting used to that now. So obviously when I'm riding around like this, I don't feel any difference. I've always found the bike very easy to tip into corners. I can't really test it out right now anyway, because we've just had a thunderstorm, so I'm not going to be taking any risks around corners. But I also just wanted, sometimes the bike looked a bit too flat, and I wanted the tail to look a bit more aggressive, so I'm hoping it does look a bit better in my opinion now. The funniest thing is, because I've got the short side stand on, the bike leans quite a lot. So maybe I'll swap back to the stock side stand, but I don't know yet. It's not any issues, it just means that, well, if I'm parking the bike on a slant, it's going to lean quite heavily, and it's going to be quite a challenge for me to swing it over. But I'm used to sort of like assessing the parking situation and figuring out how to do it for me. I'm going to shut up for a bit because the twin noise is quite bad. This helmet fits so much nicer when I'm doing a lifesaver now, like turning like that. It's staying exactly where it needs to be. This is great. I'm hoping it's a bit more sheltered now, there's loads of trees around. So raising the bike up was mostly for aesthetics, to be honest with you. There's only one time I saw a photo as I was coming out of Stony Cove a little while ago, and because of the angle of the hill and the way that I'm doing a left turn, the bottom, like the belly pan, looks quite close to the floor. And that's the only time where I thought maybe it was a bit of a risk factor, but it never caused any problems. But I did tell you guys that, like, if I had made any decisions about the lowering links, then I'd let you know what they were. So I've changed them, but the bike is still lowered. But on this ride, I felt absolutely no different, other than I'm being a bit more mindful about where I stop for now until I get used to the handling of it, same as with any bike when I first get on. But the other thing is, these Torque 4s, I feel like they're more flexible than the old RST boots, so they allow me to be a bit more tiptoe-y. The other thing is, and this isn't a mistake, this is an intentional thing, it's just, I decided to renovate at home, and that has resulted in me obviously not being as consistent with the videos, because for a week or so my PC was basically tucked away, and then my time got taken up with plastering and sanding and spending too much money on Facebook Marketplace things. So I've got lots of ideas coming up, and I've got quite a few things in the pipeline. One thing I will mention now is I got a really exciting email from the guys at Moto Fest, which you may not have heard of because they are new. But if you fancy a trip to Wales and a very, very cheap way of going around a track, I say very cheap, you still got to get to Wales, I know that, but the first Moto Fest is taking place at the end of July. I'm going to be there for the weekend, and I'm going to be taking Myra on the track, which is really exciting, and also nerve-wracking. Go and check it out. I'm going to be there. I know a few other creators are going to be there, but this is not a creator thing. I've been in contact with R6 Jesse, I know who's going, and a few others. and it just seems like a really, really cool weekend if you want to make a weekend out of it, whether you want to camp or just stay locally. They've got track days or track sessions for £25. They've got pillion laps offered. Is that a speed run, or why would you put, oh no, it's not. What else have they got? I'll put loads on the screen because they've given me some footage they can share. Obviously there's limited stuff they can share right now because it is their first one, but if you are looking for something to do over the summer and you have a spare weekend in July, go and check it out. The track looks beautiful, the roads around it look beautiful. I have wanted to go to Wales for quite a while, so and you know, ride around, so I just think it's gonna be a really, really cool weekend. So that is that. I don't know whether this has been a short video or whether it just feels short because I've rambled for so long, but yeah, that's updates on my end. Thanks for watching. I am going to try and get back into a regular schedule. I say that quite a lot, but you know, life gets in the way sometimes. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Check out Moto Fest and other bits and bobs in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Toodaloo.
Hello everyone, I'm at Track Mond in Anglesey. Absolutely stunning it is too. Backdrop of Snowdonia National Park behind me. And I'm here because at the end of July, Moto Fest is coming here, a 3-day festival celebrating all things two-wheeled. And part of that festival is a round of the Trial GP World Championship, so you don't want to miss it. And I'm here today with these motorcycles to show you the experience you can have if you come here to Moto Fest. Wow, the grip is insane. Well, that was my first time on a road bike and on a circuit, and it's something I'll never ever forget. That was actually unbelievable. And if you want to do the same at Moto Fest for just 25 quid, you can turn up here with your own bike and get it on this insane circuit, and I promise you, you won't be disappointed. That was mad. What an amazing bike to ride this is. It's got some go, I'll tell you that. If you come to Moto Fest, all the latest adventure bikes are on offer for a test ride, and we got this incredible 15-minute lap here, taking in views like this. Well, something else on offer here at Moto Fest are guided road bike rides. Some of the best, most secluded roads hideaway here in North Wales. Don't miss out. Well, if you want to go fully off-road, we've got this incredible enduro facility here at Track Mond. And of course, during Moto Fest, all the latest enduro bikes are going to be here for you to test drive. Right here on the water's edge is where you'll find the Trial GP sections. It's a little advanced for most, including myself. So up at the circuit there'll be electric trials bikes for everyone to try. Well, hopefully that's given you a taste of what's on offer for Moto Fest and Trial GP Anglesey. We'll see you at the end of July.